and welcome to another Call of War multiplayer battle. Today we have a free-for-all between me as minions of Tzeentch. We have Gilardo as Skaven, and we have Ben Bob as dwarfs. Let's go through the army compositions. This is a 60,000 funds battle, as opposed to the average of about 40,000. So I had 2 units of horrors, 2 units of marauder axe throwers, and I think 4 or 5 units of beastigors, and then 2 units of chaos warriors and 2 warriors chaos halberds, the chaos knights and the chosen as the general, and another unit of chosen knights of Tzeentch as the other cavalry unit. On this hill here we have a lot of skaven. Skaven can field very vast armies, especially on higher funds, with some elite troops. He's got 2 units of clan rat pikemen as a sort of meat shield. He has the storm vermin, albino guard, more storm vermin, more screaming bell, some rattling guns, some warblock giselles, plague monks, more storm vermin, clan rat pikes, warp lightning cannon. I think he has. Do they have 2 lightning cannons or just 1? Just the 1 warp lightning cannon. Our unit of rat ogres, some poison wind globadiers, albino guard, and some storm vermin. And for the dwarven army, oh sorry, try to find the dwarf army, 2 seconds. That's Skaven, so this one's dwarfs, sorry about that. Right, he has an organ gun, and he has a couple of units of thunders, some Prince, 3 or 4 units of Prince Ulfur's Dragon Company. He has hammers, a great beards, a dwarf mortar, some elders, a unit ogres. I think that's 2 units ogres actually. Some giant slayers, some troll slayers, and some bugsman rangers with some long drawn spirits and some more bugsman rangers. So let's start the battle. This battle was a little laggy, but it was still fun to play. So I decided to try and eliminate a lot of the Skaven as my first move by sending in his mages and a beastigor charge, just to see how he copes with it, because they're multiple HP. The warp lightning cannon fired a shot there at... I'm not sure what it fired at, but I don't think it got a clear shot off. Oh wait, no, it killed... I think it just killed 1 crewman of the organ gun. Must have hit a tree or something. Oh, there's a amazing warp lightning cannon shot, took out the beastigors, and they will rout from that. Yes, that is the doom wheel. I missed that. It's a little buggy, but in terms of animation, but it just fired 2 shots there and routed 2 units. There's another shot from the doom wheel. I didn't see this, but I'd already committed to the charge, so he routed my original beastigor charge, or bestigor charge. I set up the horrors with to try and screen the flank in case the advancing dwarfs came along. But he's routed the beastigor charge with a single unit, which is the and he killed, I don't know, I think he killed like majority of the sorcerers. There's only 1 left now, with the Giselle fire. Yep, and the Giselle fire is going to bring down the sorcerers, so that's 18k down the drain. I shouldn't really have committed them that early, but I wanted to punch holes in the Skaven lines. So here I've got my flamers burning the doom wheel. Doom wheel's been burnt alive. It's now down. I'm charging up, firing, got some horror support. This is pretty epic, just seeing all the magic coming up the hill. I'm burning the clan rats. They're just getting absolutely annihilated, and the horrors just knocking them down and mopping up. The murder axe throwers coming up to screen the horrors, so I'm getting more magics, or more magic firing in. I got our cavalry charge, pull off at the last second because of the albino guard coming. I've sent in the beastigors again for another charge. More beastigors coming. They've managed to sneak through. His rattling guns are doing a number on me. Again, he's firing some poison wind globadiers as well. We're getting more in our charge. There goes in right in my knights. That killed about 30 chosen Chaos Knights there, and it routed a Beastigore unit. This is the power of Skaven Warpfire, people, so take notes. If you're a Skaven player, you use the Doom Wheel and the Warp Lightning Cannons and all the amazing units. More magics incoming. Burning the Warp Lightning Cannon crew. Plague Monks have charged my Flamers, which are trying to advance through the lines. Dwarf player is slowly but surely advancing. I think he's sped his advance a little because he wants to try and get in this. The Skaven assassins have killed my general, which was engaged to them. He had a unit of assassins hidden on the flank there, which I didn't see. So he killed my general, and he's chasing down my routing chosen general. He's won that flank. Fires an amazing shot into the Chaos Warrior unit and just obliterates half of it. I'm really trying to get into these weapon teams, but he keeps screening it with Skaven charges. Finally, the dwarfs have arrived. We're getting a lot of magic coming in. The Rat Ogres are killing what's left of the Beastigores with the Albino Guard and the Screaming Bell support, where he's protecting his more fragile Warpwalk Giselles. He's easily won the right wing, and he's coming in for a flank attack, which is not good for me. To seeing this, I decided to commit my Chaos Warriors and Flamers against the Dwarfs because I haven't attacked them yet. I like to attack both players rather than focus my attacks on one player, because I think that the best free-for-alls are when you attack more than one player, because if you attack one player at once with all your forces, you just get depleted and the other guy will be a fresh force and to kill you. Again, he gets an amazing Iron Drake. I wasn't paying attention, he got an Iron Drake attack off. I try to charge him down with some Chosen, get a nice charge off, but he screens it with the hammers. My Flamers are burning his Giant Slayers. His Iron Drakes are doing quite well against my units. The Skaven are just swarming the hills, and have now sweeped into my flank, on my rear. Loads of Clan Rat Pikes and Albino Guard coming up behind. Storm Vermin have already engaged. Over on this side, my cavalry charged the organ gun, try to silence it, or what's left of my cavalry, try to silence it. There's a huge engagement all along the line here with Skaven taking the rear of my Chaos Warriors. And over on his side, the ogres of the dwarfs have engaged the Warpwalk Giselle, so he's overstretched, and his left flank is now under threat. He's getting loads of poison wind globadiers to fire into the dwarfs, and they've just routed a full unit of Dragon Company essentially, with some nice Skaven play here with good flanking manoeuvres and support of the Skaven weapon teams. But let's see how he copes against the ogres. He's been tied down by the ogres, and the rat ogres are fighting each other here. So we'll see who's better. Is it rat ogres or regular ogres? The rat ogres don't seem to be doing much, to be honest. The dwarf, rangers. I thought that was my axe force. The dwarf axes are thrown into the ogres. Then Rob sees this and counter charges the dwarfs with his or counter charges the Skaven that were engaging his Bugbear Rangers, and the assassins that were also engaging his ranged units. Over here, my horrors have withdrawn and try to take shots up on the Albino Guards, but he's got his rattling guns. He's firing shot after shot into my Chaos Warriors, and they're going to get depleted. A lot of the fire is hitting the hill. He's also firing more poison wind. It's very hard to keep track of where all these special weapon teams are, but there is the two special weapon teams in the middle there. They've got quite a long range for a throwing unit. He's managing to take out the Giant Slayers with the poisonous gas of the poison wind globadiers. My horrors have withdrawn and are getting roasted by the Iron Drakes of over here. Some nice Iron Drake play here, right here. Burning the horrors, that's how you take them out. Give them a taste of their own medicine. Ogres are still winning this fight, or engaged in this fight, sorry. I don't think they're winning, it's very much a stalemate. But it won't be for much longer that the Giselles have pulled up and about to commence ranked fire, or about to fire into the Ogres. It may rout them, let's find out. They're just firing away. More poison wind Gobadiers firing into these. Can I just say though, at this point I believe the dwarf player dropped, so his units will probably just be staying still for the rest of the battle. I still wanted to cast it because this is still quite a good free for all. I mean, can you imagine if all three players had stayed at the very end? It probably would have been a bit more one-sided, but the Skaven has managed to rout the Ogres with his elite units, and he's now charging into the Long Drawn's Slayer Pirates. And this unit here, this Rattling Gun, has been given free fire into the Long Drawn's Slayer Pirates. It's slowly whittling them down. And more Storm Vermin just littering the field, getting ready for more charges. The Iron Drakes, although controlled by the AI, have been screened by the Troll Slayers and are doing quite well against the Skaven Clan Rats. Excuse me. The Poison Wind Gobadiers just getting burned to a crisp, and they're out of the game. He pulls up his Wartburg Giselles for some shots on the Skaven General. Goes down by the Long Drawn's Pirates. Also, there's some nice support and fire. It's a bit. The Thunderers are trying to trade shots off with Giselles, which is probably not a good engagement for them, but they are covered by the Iron Drakes, which are burning these Giselles. It's burning quite a lot of them. The Raugers coming in for charge. Try to silence these Iron Drakes, probably, by the looks of it. The Albino Guard there running in the rear are chasing down something. I don't know what they're chasing. Sometimes free-for-alls are a bit chaotic. It's hard to tell which units are which and where units are. So here we go. They've charged in at the Thunders. They're slowly killing them with the Raugers. These Long Drawn's Pirates are putting up a heroic fight and they killed the Skaven General. But they're still getting Poison Wind, Gobadiered and Rattling Guns for their troubles. If that unit had been able to swing in support, if it wasn't AI controlled, it would have been a different fight. It would have been more even, I think. But he's done well to get his Wartburg Giselles on top of this mountain. And the Albino Guard are suffering a lot of casualties against this Troll Slayer unit. He's sniping away at the Greybeards and the Hammers. They are not able to react. If they had been able to charge, I've still got a unit of cavalry left. I mean, most of my army's dead, but I just decided to charge into the Iron Drakes and make the fight more interesting, because the dwarfs were probably the strongest of the three players before the drop. I hope this isn't like a continuous shootout of these stationary units. I can't remember, because I left the battle at this point to get Sun Tea because it was a bit laggy. So I don't actually know what happens from here on out. Let's see. I still think it's worthy of a cast though, because there's a lot of nice play. There's a lot of nice. He burned a lot of units with the Doom Wheel and the Hell Cannon. More Storm Vermin coming in from the rear. They've chased away the Thunderers, and so has the Albino Guards. They're trying to take out the Troll Slayers. Committed all these Screaming Bell, these Albino Guards. Let's see, is this Iron Drake going to fire? Yeah, it is. It's going to burn some Storm Vermin. And Chaos Knights have routed to the Elder's pistol fire. Here comes the Albino Guard in, ready to reinforce. They should take out the Iron Drakes if he sees that, rather than go for the Slayers. We'll see what he does. think he's trying to support his Slayer line, but yeah, they're just sort of waiting. It was a bit laggy, so you can't really insult anyone's player in because it was so laggy. It was hard to register the commands and stuff like that. Maybe it was he did do charges and that, but he's getting burned for his troubles. So that Albino Guard has just got destroyed by the Iron Drake's fire. He played very well, the Skaven, but it is a bit of a mop-up operation because it is AI controlled at the end of the day. But these are still powerful units, and even if the AI controlling them can still do a bit of damage because you still got to grind through all these units. Because I don't think the dwarfs would have been able to catch the Warplock Giselles anyway, because they're too fast. Skaven units are quite fast moving, not as fast as Wood Elves, mind you, but still pretty fast. He's shooting the hammers in the back. Some nice cinematic shots there. Right on the edge of the hill, the Albino Guard are holding the hammers at bay. We're also getting supporting fire from the Poison Winds and the Warplock Giselles. The Rat Ogres are engaging the Troll Slayers. I don't know if that's a fight the Rat Ogres are going to want, because the Troll Slayers have high attack, and I think they're in the lore they're designed to kill Rat Ogres and stuff like that, and big large creatures like trolls and giants and other monstrous sort of creatures, or large targets, or I think they're called large creatures. Is it large monsters in fantasy? I forget. I know in 40k it's monstrous creatures, but I forget what it is in fantasy, or Age of Sigmar, whatever you want to call it these days. This is based on the fantasy universe, not Age of Sigmar though, because Age of Sigmar is actually 10,000 years after the current Warhammer lore in this universe. And I find it interesting that I found out recently that the only few characters that are left from the original Warhammer lore in Age of Sigmar are Fangul, Bone Ripper, and his Bone Ripper of Skaven, Archaon, and Avriel, the Wood Elf's princess. So I found that quite interesting. That those are the only three characters that made it for lasting the 10,000 years into the new Age of Sigmar from the old world. The rest of the characters got died or were killed. So I found that quite interesting. So also these Warplock Giselles are just laying on the fire. There's not a lot of micro left in it, so I'm probably going to speed this battle up because the dwarfs are just lining up to be shot. I'll put it on to 2 times because I don't want to stand here for the next 10 minutes just watching this fight, but it's a good fight. I'll put it on 2 times because the dwarfs are very tanky. They're getting sniped. The elders is slowly being worn down. These assassins are fighting the Iron Drakes, which is pretty cool. But at the end of the day, it's just going to be a grind. It's a bit of a grind. Still very cool. Just because I'm running out of stuff to talk about now, so as these Great Beards just getting surrounded, and the elders are just getting sniped down. Again, I've said that. It was very laggy in this game, unfortunately, but it was still, there was a lot of good play from everyone's sides. The ogre charge was pretty good from the dwarfs. My beast of gore charge was a fail. Got absolutely destroyed by the doom wheel, but that could have been anyone's advancing army. You'd rather take it on a fragile unit or a damage soaker unit, as I like to call it, like beast of gores. These Great Beards giving their last stand against the Rat Ogres and the surrounding Albino Guard. Dwarf leader got sniped. Would have been a completely different battle had all 3 been human controlled right up to the very end. But he's completely surrounded this unit, so it's time for 6 times. The assassins mopped up the Iron Drakes, Warplock Giselles are going in for a fight. We're going in to snipe the rear. I'd like to thank everyone for participating in this battle. It was very fun to play. At least until I'm usually the first to die in free-for-alls, if you haven't noticed already. But I still enjoy playing free-for-alls. This was supposed to be like a 5-player free-for-all, but 2 players couldn't join because of incompatible game data. So we need to look into that and try to get the community together, because I'd love to play like a big 5-player free-for-all. Most I've played is a 4-player free-for-all. And I think that should be the battle, unless there's another unit. Tell me there's another unit somewhere that's retreating. Yeah, it's time for 6 times. There's another unit somewhere that's not. Oh wait, this is it was scored resolution, so the battle doesn't end until all units have routed the field. But as you can probably tell, I think Skaven won this by getting the most kills. Dwarfs maybe would have prevented them from getting as many kills as that, but let's find out. Yeah, Skaven got 1,500 kills. The Dwarfs got 1,000, so Skaven won that fight, but 390 of those were essentially rundowns. But that's what Skaven do best, is run down targets and free-for-alls. If you can keep them alive and run down enemies, then you'll get a lot of kills. Again, I'd like to thank everyone for participating. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you'd like to see more Call of War Beginning of the End Times, consider subscribing. Thank you very much.